Okay, well, I guess as you guys can tell by now, I am not in class today. So instead of just simply kind of putting something up on Blended Schools, I'm going to try to use this video to go ahead and explain what you guys are going to be doing over the next couple of days, because not only will I not be here today, I also will not be here tomorrow. So you have a little project to work on while I'm gone. The projects you're going to work on in your groups, it's going to be today, tomorrow, and then you're going to present it on Monday to the class. Okay, so if you just go on my regular Blended Schools page, again, we're in the third 9 weeks, no big surprise there. Go down to DNA, we're still talking about DNA, and then if you go down all the way to the bottom, it says Peer Teaching Project, and this Peer Teaching Project is going to be on proteins. Okay, so anything for information about this Peer Teaching Project, we're going to do it tomorrow, or today, tomorrow, and we'll present it on Monday. Okay, so here are the instructions, and I just want to highlight a couple of really big things. Over the next 2 days, you're going to be working with your groups, and I want it to be the same groups that you did the DNA extraction lab with. Okay, this is going to be due by 8:30 Monday morning. Okay, I don't want any confusion about that whatsoever. This is due by 8:30 Monday morning. Your target for this, there's a reason why it's called the Peer Teaching project. I can design a lesson to teach the class about the assigned topic, which will be a protein, by completing the attached peer teaching lesson plan template. So essentially, we're going to flop roles. You guys are going to get up on Monday and you're going to teach the class. You're going to teach it in your group, so it's not going to be completely flopped. You're going to be kind of doing some teamwork on your lesson, but you're going to teach the class. Okay, and I will evaluate you on how well you taught the class. Okay, so each member of this group is going to have a different job, and there may be, for each job I list, there may be more than one student per job. So if you have a group of 4, we only have 3 jobs listed. We have the information researchers, the lesson plan designers, and the lesson resource creators. Okay, so if you have a group of 4, obviously there's going to have to be 2 people per at least one of those jobs. The important thing here is that nobody is ever doing nothing. Everybody always needs to be doing something. Even the researchers, maybe they get the research done and it's now up to the lesson plan designers and the lesson resource creators. No, you need to be helping those other people. Nobody should just be sitting there. Okay, once your group decides who wants those jobs, the information researchers are essentially going to be the people that are providing the research for the topic. Okay, so you're going to get your protein here in a little bit, and then you will be providing the research. Okay, you're going to go onto the internet and find some information about your specific protein, and I want you to put that information into some place where your group can access it. Maybe you want to do a Google Doc like we did with the DNA scientists. Maybe that really worked well for the group, made it really easy. So maybe that is something that you want to do. But you will need to make sure that you're working with every single member of your group, because the other members of your group are going to be designing the lesson. And so if you're not providing them information that they need with the lesson, then the lesson's not going to turn out okay. So you need to make sure that you're in constant communication with the lesson plan designers, the lesson resource creators, giving them the information that they want. Here's the bare minimum information that you need to provide in your lesson. You need to provide a picture that helps explain where it is found in the body or cell, the function of this protein, and why it is important for us. Okay, and this is also important information for the lesson plan designers. The lesson plan designers need to know what to teach. Okay, the lesson plan designers are going to be responsible for creating the lesson. So just like all your teachers do, just like I do, we come up with different lessons to do on a daily basis. That's going to be your job. You are going to be creating a lesson that your group will teach to the class. You need to take the information that the researchers have collected and implement it into your lesson so that your lesson contains this information at the bare minimum. Okay, make sure, and I'll show you the template as we get down here. I will show you the template, but make sure you are following that template, because it's very, very helpful for you to structure and organize how your lesson should go. Also, make sure you're following the rubric. Make sure that you're doing everything that's going to be required. The lesson resource creators are going to be working really, really closely with the designers. So the designers are going to say, okay, we need some sort of quiz. Maybe at the end of your lesson, you guys want to do a short little 2-question quiz for the class. That's fine. If you want to pick that for your assessment, pick the quiz. The lesson resource creators are going to be responsible for making that quiz. Okay, they're also going to be responsible for doing anything like creating any worksheets or any visual aids, any PowerPoints, anything that's going to go with the lesson. Okay, all group members will be helping out other group members. If there's one group member who's not doing this, there's one person who's sitting around not helping, tell me and I'll deal with them on Monday when I come back. Okay, they will not be receiving credit for what you do. Just be honest and tell me. Okay, but everybody else needs to be on their best and making sure that they're doing their part for the contribution of the group. Now, when you guys go ahead and you present this, everybody needs to take a turn doing the teaching. Okay, the lesson should be 5 to 10 minutes. It's a very, very quick lesson. We're not talking something huge. We're not talking something like I do every day or like any other your other teachers do every day. It's very, very quick. But it needs to be done well. It needs to take some thought. It needs you to take some pride into it. And it needs to make sure that everybody is contributing, everybody's taking part of the lesson. Everybody needs to play teacher on that day. Again, check the rubric. And one more time, I go ahead and emphasize this. You're performing this lesson in class on Monday. But the template that I'll show you here in a little bit is going to be due in Deshobi by 8:30 a.m. Monday morning. Here are the groups. Okay, Group 1 will be doing antibodies. Group 2A, actin and myosin. Group 2B will be doing cytoskeleton protein/tubulin. Group 3 is hemoglobin. Group 4A is enzymes. Group 4B is collagen. Group 5 is keratin and melanin. Group 6A is going to be doing pepsin and lactase. And then Group 6B is sucrase and lipase. Here are the way your groups are broken up. Okay, Group 1, obviously, that front table, this is my desk. So if you're closest to the door, you're Group 1. Just like when we play our games, this is usually the order that we go in. If you get to one of the bigger tables, one of the tables that usually has 6, I'd like you to split up into groups of 3. If you only have 4 people that sit there regularly, just do Group A. Group 4, let's say that this table back here only has 4 people that sit at it. Just do the assignment for Group 4A. If this table only has 4 people that sit at it, just do the assignment for group number 6A. We'll worry about 6B later. Okay? But if you have 6, make sure you're splitting up into groups of 3. 3 of you take Group 2A and 3 of you take Group 2B. Okay? Here is the documents that are important for this. So we have the lesson plan template. So it's set up just like we have our science fair template set up with the blue writing. Now I will say that there should be no blue writing in this lesson plan after you submit it. So what you're going to do is you are going to fill in the information for your lesson and then erase the blue. Okay, you need to have your teacher's names and you need to have the topic that's going to be covered. That's essential. This is almost just like a regular lesson plan that any teacher would make. Your target, you're going to create a target for the class. An I can statement, just like we talk about every day. You're going to fill in the target here, and it's going to say, I can explain what the protein molecule lipase is, or I can describe the function of sucrase. Okay, something along those lines, what you want the class to understand. Then you're going to fill in an introduction, a creative way for you to introduce your topic. And I want you to think about some of the ways that maybe some of your teachers have done this in the past. You know, every once in a while I might put up a picture and I might say, okay, what does this remind you of? What does this make you think of? That's an introduction. That's a creative way of getting you to think about it. Maybe, you know, we do a quick little activity. Okay, maybe we do something real quick where it just kind of gets us thinking. Maybe we ask a question about something that's related to the topic. Okay, it can be as creative as you want, but there's got to be some sort of introduction. Then we get into the procedure, and this is just like a procedure we follow for a lab. you're going to do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this. And I kind of give you an example where I say that you're going to begin class by welcoming the class and introducing your group, saying, "Hi, my name is Mr. B, and these are my partners." Blah, blah. And you might come out and say, "Your homework tonight is to do this." Okay, and then you're going to get their attention. And getting that attention, I mean by doing the introduction. Doing that grabbing introduction, it's going to get everybody's attention, get everybody focused for the day. And then you'll continue to go down the list by doing, presenting the information, and doing an activity, and then doing the assessment. And finally we get to the assessment, and the assessment is you're going to put in the action that you will do in order to test to see if the class understood the information that you wanted to. Okay, so you're going to go back up to the target. Did they understand? Do they know? Can they say, I can identify the processes or the functions of the protein hemoglobin? Okay, you have to create some sort of assessment to test that. Does the class understand that, or does the class know what the processes of hemoglobin are? Okay, and you can do this very similar to the way I do. Small quiz, 1 to 2 questions. You can either do it out loud, you can do it quietly, you can collect an activity that you did during class. You can have them draw or label a picture. Maybe they have to write 2 things they learned during the day. There's a million different things you can do here. Just something basic to see if they understood your target. Okay. Lesson plan creators, or lesson plan designers, that is going to be your main focus, is filling out this lesson plan, coming up with a good procedure, coming up with exactly what you want to do. Okay, now we'll take a look at that rubric. And the rubric has a lot of detail to it, but it focuses on the main parts of your lesson. It wants to know about the introduction, it wants to know about the information, the assessment. Okay, did the students understand? The length of the lesson, I want it between 5 and 10 minutes. Okay, I don't want it to be a 15-minute thing. This is not a long process. It's very quick, very to the point. Get your introduction, tell us your information, do your assessment. Okay, and then the methods of teaching. Were you creative, or was it just you stood in front of the board and went over a couple things? Okay, and then is the lesson on time? These are the things that I'm going to be grading you on. It's out of 15 points. Okay, I will have my laptop with me on Thursday, so I will be able to respond to you somewhat if you have any questions. The one thing I will tell you is go back, and if you're confused, read your instructions. And the last thing I will say is that when in doubt, try to be a teacher. Try to think about how you would understand the material and what would help you the best. That's sometimes what I do. I think about what would help me understand this material, and then I try to put it into a lesson. Okay, so when in doubt, try to be a teacher. Remember, take some pride into this, do a nice job, and always refer back to the rubric, and always refer back to the template. Okay, I will have this posted on Blended Schools for you to see. Good luck, guys. Be great teachers.